Star.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Women Speaking Sports RVA. I'm your QB Star Mallory, and I'm next to the team, the A team, the ladies team, the team that you need to hear every morning and every afternoon to find out what is new and hot with sports. I've got Steph B, Lisa, and Carrie. Now we're missing the Dannies, but the Dannies are here in spirit, and you know they've got their receipts ready for tonight either way. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and shout out our sponsors, the Hilton, Fast Signs, Jerry Howard, Mike King, who's with us here in the building, Core Mortgage, who's also here with us in the building, and Crystal Clear Solution Financials, which is also here in the building with us tonight. You all know that every Wednesday we record live here at the Hilton at 6 p.m. So come get a drink, come get some dinner, and chit chat with us. Now, if you don't catch us on the air, or if you don't catch us live at the Hilton, you can follow us at Women Speaking Sports RVA. But if you're ready to listen on air, we're on ESPN Fridays at 6 a.m. At 106.1 FM, and The Choice on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on 105.3. Now, ladies, let's kind of talk about what happened on Monday. We were at the Daryl.
Do we really want to go there?
I do want to go there because I want to go there. I want to go there. Monday, the ladies of Women Speaking Sports attended the Daryl Green Celebrity Golf Tournament and Classic Celebrity Shootout this Monday, May 23rd Golf Classic. It was to support the Youth Life Foundation of Richmond. For those that are interested in the Youth Life Foundation, they are a faith-based after-school program for youth in under-resourced parts of Richmond, Virginia. They believe that building tomorrow's leaders. They operate in learning centers to develop leaders by making long-term investments in children from under-resourced communities. So we were out there fundraising, having fun. Steph B, what do you remember most from that day?
Loaded question when you say, what do you remember? I remember everything. What are you talking about? No, I was good. It was a nice time. The most memorable moment for me was meeting Vernon Davis, former tight end for the San Francisco 49ers, best teeth in the business.
Nice dimples.
Yeah, he was great. But we were standing there, we were talking about his post-collegiate career, his post-pro career and some of the things that he's doing. I thought it was interesting that every single one of them, the people who were involved, were doing a lot of the things that you hope to see come out of the NFL post-career. And that they're very involved. Daryl Green, obviously hosting an event like this, very engaged with the community. But in general, every single one of them had something going on that was beneficial post-career. And what I said to Vernon Davis while we were chatting was, whatever you guys have done to create this path post-career is what you need to bring to the NFL, which we've talked about a few times about better guidance, better leadership for the rookies that are coming in. And he actually agreed that, more of that is necessary. So that was nice, but it also was just nice to see how many people really had a good time at our booth. Star did an excellent job of getting it all set up and ready to go.
Yes.
It was hole number 9.
Hole number 9.
Hole number 9.
And we had a good time, and I think they would be looking forward to seeing us again next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Lisa, talk to us about how much fun you had at the event.
I don't get starstruck easily, but I think a real highlight for me was meeting Doug Williams.
Yes.
Super nice guy, but I don't think, this generation might not realize what exactly Doug Williams did about 34 years ago. He was the first Black quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
And at a time when it wasn't as accepted as it is now. So he's a real groundbreaker, and what a great guy. And he was the MVP.
Yeah.
With
He was
Washington.
the MVP. When he came up and we were actually talking about that, told him that I used to live down in Tampa Bay. And I said, look at little Tom Brady over there, Giselle's replacement. But I was telling him.
Utility player.
That's right, utility player. That's not a bad place to be utility player. But I was telling him, I said, I lived in Tampa Bay, and while people think of Florida as, Orlando, Tampa, Miami, it's all glamorous, it's the true South. And when he was there were a lot of issues, and he really played through a lot, and he agreed with that. And I said, I told him, I said, thank you, because a lot of people, even though it was for his career, we also have to remember back then, NFL money wasn't big money, right? It wasn't being funded the way it's being funded now. Owners didn't have to pay the way they were paying now, the way they are paying now. So I loved seeing just how happy he was to still be engaged with the NFL and with other people from there. But he acknowledged that, it wasn't an easy time, and he had to do the work. And I think it's a good example too. There are a lot of people who go through tough situations and in workspaces or whatever it is. And at the end of the day, a lot of times it's about the work ethic.
Right.
And Doug Williams had stellar work ethic during that time.
Absolutely, class act guy.
Class act.
Really.
Yeah.
I really had a really great time, and it was absolutely fun to meet everybody and then to also give back to the community as well and raise money for those kids so that we can see a change in those community centers. So shout out to the Youth Life Foundation for having such an awesome mission and giving back to our kids for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Absolutely.
Very exciting. Okay, well, I've heard a rumor. And this
Better not
rumor,
be Joe Burrow.
no, it's
It's
not
true.
Joe.
No, it's either
It's not
Joe
Joe
Burrow
Burrow.
or
It's
Tom
not
Brady.
Joe Burrow.
All right.
It's not Joe
All
Burrow.
right.
It's a real rumor.
Okay, what's
It's a
that?
real rumor.
It's a real rumor.
Fact.
So
That's okay.
I've heard news that ever since 2016, that Mr. Colin Kaepernick is training with the Las Vegas Raiders at the
Really?
end of the week.
I
So
mean,
there
ever
is
since
talk,
2016. What was
since
it?
he's played a professional
He
game.
hasn't played.
Oh,
He
no,
hasn't played
okay.
a
So
professional-
since his profession, yeah.
Since his professional game, he's getting back. There's talk about him coming in the ring. Does anybody want to chime in on that rumor?
Carrie, what you got?
So I think it's great, except for it's been 6 years and it's the NFL and it has changed tremendously in 6 years. So you'll have to watch and see is this a true opportunity for him? Yeah, he was out at the spring game for the University of Michigan.
Yeah.
Coach Harbaugh had him there and he was out there. It looked like he was throwing well, but he was also out there, with some easy targets. So it'll be really interesting to see, but there's so much, this game changes so fast. And you all were talking about Doug Williams. If you think about where the NFL was when he was playing, just at the skill and the intensity and the size of the players and the fierceness of those players and the speed, it's changed so much in 6 years. So see if he gets a true opportunity and if he can adapt to those changes.
Yeah. I don't know. When it comes to Kaepernick, I definitely think he deserves a shot. I think that his career ended too quickly, and we could get into all that, but we're not. But I certainly think it ended too quickly. I am concerned about his ability to be able to keep up. It would be interesting to see him go through the drills, footwork, see what he looks like on the field. I struggle to picture him in Vegas. I think what it's going to really come down to is what kind of system can he connect with at this point in time? Because to Carrie's point, even this past draft, we saw some people drafted that, I don't know, if you look at some of these young quarterbacks that are coming into the system, 6 years is a long time to be out of the game, not working, not actively passing, not connecting with the way the system is moving forward.
Right.
And, the other thing about it is we all know that the NFL is a head game, right? So there's a lot to be said for, will your head be in the game? Or are you going to be distracted by the natural things that are going to come back with his last name and him being in the game in general?
Yeah, and I think to that point, you're talking about, getting your head in the game and, with Russell Wilson this week in Denver and making that shift and all the work that he's doing to prepare himself to remove the emotions from the first game to be at Seattle. So you think about all the emotions to see, even think about going to prepare to even show up this week if those rumors to be true.
Right.
How much work that, okay, I've got to really be mentally strong about this. This
Yep.
is my chance. and connect the skills that are 6 years not tested. So we'll see.
It's a good point. It's a good point. I mean, the other question is, how excited would the fan base be? You know, a lot of what the NFL is doing is driven by the fan base.
All of it.
So would the fan, in your opinion, Star, would the fan base want to see Kaepernick back?
I feel like it's a toss-up. It depends, because I feel like the way he left the NFL is, a toss-up conversation between two people, and it can be two people on different sides of the situation. Now, of course, it would be something that I would want to see, because I would want to see how a quarterback who's been out of the game for 6 years, how they play. So I would want to see how he plays. I want to be there in person to see how he plays.
Oh,
Well, everybody loves a comeback story.
Right.
So I'm hoping that will, right, but his might be a little different, but I'm hoping that will be in his favor.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I
They
mean,
were even talking this past week about Michael Vick coming back and
I couldn't
playing in
believe that in the
yeah,
fan
and,
base.
and he decided not to do that. But even, this is probably the same amount of years, I guess.
right.
It's a little bit
Yeah.
more, a little bit more for Vic, I think.
But
Yeah.
to even come back at
8 or
not
9.
even like that level. So I think he quickly realized probably not a good idea.
And then, I mean, what about the physical
Yeah.
aspect of it too?
That's what I'm concerned
You know,
about.
I'm more concerned about that.
All sports, we know, takes such a toll on your body.
Right.
I
Absolutely.
mean, and that was one thing I noticed. I don't know if y'all noticed that on Monday. A lot of the ex-NFL players,
They
they
were
were-
creaking.
they were creaking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of creaking. A little bit of
and
creaking
you
going on.
wonder what kinds of hits they took and the damage they did to their bodies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense.
But
That's
some
a
of
good
them,
point.
some
Good
of them bring that drive still with them every single day. When we were sitting down talking to Nate Henry, Nate was like, I'm up at 4:30
Yeah.
every morning, and he's like, I'm reading, and then after I'm reading, I'm on my way to work out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they try to keep up their stamina, but that's what they do outside of the arena.
Right.
What are their bodies capable once they step back on the field
Yeah.
in uniform under all that mental pressure?
And, there's a big difference between waking up in the morning and going out to work out and being on the field and someone that is 100 pounds heavier than you running at you full steam ahead trying to
Right.
sack you.
Right.
So
At a
you know,
minimum 100
at a
pounds.
minimum
Yeah.
100 pounds,
Right,
yeah. Because
right.
we did have someone say, he was a nose guard and he had to lose almost 150
Yeah,
pounds to be
yeah.
off the field. So,
But you know what Carrie would say, not Tom Brady.
no, Tom
No,
Brady.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady could do it at
Tom
any
Brady
time.
can do it. How old is Tom Brady, Carrie?
44. He'll be 45 at the beginning of the season.
Okay. Super excited.
Yeah, look at
Super excited.
Are we having a birthday party?
No, we are not throwing.
Oh, okay, so Carrie,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
not
yeah.
throwing
We
a
got
birthday
too
party
many.
for Tom Brady. Tune in, I guess.
And I want to thank my colleagues on RBA Women's Speaking Sports for not telling one single
Yes.
Washington football player that there was a Dallas fan
Yes.
in the house.
Yes,
Thank you,
because we
ladies.
could have,
Appreciate that.
we could
Lisa, I
have.
was not going to comment on the fact that she looked like the biggest Washington fan
Yes,
you've ever seen.
Yeah.
When
I
in
mean,
Rome,
that day.
when in Rome.
Yeah, that's right. Like,
But
I only
remember
told
red and
one of them
green,
I
and
was a
here
Giants
she
fan.
is, just like
Yes,
loving
you
them all.
did.
Yeah.
Well,
I
look,
told Fred Smoot I was
Yeah.
a Giants fan, and he said, "At least you're not a Cowboys fan." And I didn't out her.
And then like,
Didn't out her.
thank you. I appreciate that stuff.
because Dr. Danny was telling everybody that we were Steelers fans, and I didn't even know. She actually mistaken one of the players for a Steelers fan. She said,
For a
"Oh,
Steeler."
she was like, "Oh, you were a Steeler. You were a Steeler."
I said,
She was
Yeah.
Whoa,
no,
we're
you
gonna
have
have
me
to check her
mistaken.
Steeler card.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to take it away, Dr. Danny. If you're
Seriously.
listening, we're gonna have a serious talk about taking away your Steelers fan VIP card
yes,
because that was very
it
unacceptable.
really was.
Oh my goodness.
Extremely
Look
unacceptable.
at Carrie.
Well,
Look,
she's more
Carrie
kind.
looks so uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But
We're
Carrie,
just
one of
move
the
on.
things that you missed on Monday was that Dr. Danny and her husband both had on the Joe Burrow sunglasses.
Yeah, they both
They
had
had
on.
matching sunglasses. She had the pink
I
one.
bet they look better than Joe Burrow. did.
Oh, okay.
She did it.
She's still on
She
it.
did, yeah.
She's still on that
I'm
hate
with
train.
Carrie. I'm with Carrie on this one. I am. But you know, I gotta say, really, the biggest thing was, first of all, Carrie, you were missed because the camaraderie we
much
have
so.
when we're off the air is really good. We missed that. But I think the thing that really impressed me was how genuinely polite and friendly and happy each one of them were. It was like they were so excited to see us and they were so friendly about it. And you know, I think there's a lot to be said for the fact that these are people that when they're playing the game, constantly inundated with everything from press to fans, people who do and don't like you. And I think they're getting to enjoy their post-career highlights. So I thought that was cool.
And I agree with that. Can I add also that when they came to our booth, I don't think they quite knew RVA Women Speaking Sports wasn't just a bunch of ladies, you know,
Yeah,
having a glass of
Yeah.
wine.
ready
Yeah.
to lunch. Right.
So we actually knew what we were talking about, and I think they really appreciated
Yeah,
that.
absolutely, absolutely.
We're ready for hire.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
for
hopefully
sure.
they're all tuning in this week.
Or
Yeah.
a proposal. A proposal
Yeah,
from
a
Vernon Davis would not go unnoticed or denied. So feel free.
Feel free to
Feel
get your
free,
ring
feel
size.
free,
What's your ring
yes.
size?
Stephanie, I think he meets your criteria.
He meets my
I think so too.
criteria. That's exactly
He
right.
meets my criteria for
That's
you.
right.
Lisa, you're married.
That's right.
I
That's
can look
right.
at the menu.
So forever in the rafters, the Chicago Skies WNBA World Champions.
Yeah.
They did something pretty amazing.
Uh-huh.
So
This was a quick switch. I didn't know
Oh,
where we were going.
Yeah,
we're going from football to basketball. You know how we do that.
WNBA.
WNBA. WNBA. So Seth, how do you feel about their accomplishments this week?
Well, we all know I only root for New York teams. However, you know, right now with everything that's going on, I'm just happy for any of the WNBA teams to have something that distracts them, that they can really be proud of, that's not politically oriented, and that really, you know, at the end of the day, my big hope from all of this is that they start to galvanize the same kind of movement that Major League Soccer, women's soccer is doing. I just want to see so much happen for the WNBA that it's hard for me to just focus on this one team, all the amazing accomplishments. You had some early accomplishments similarly when it was the early impetus of the WNBA when Swoops was there, when my girl Dawn Staley was there. You had some really, you know, big accomplishments going on. But I, most of all, am hoping that things like this end up leading to bigger revenue, you know, bigger revenue for the league, better ownership, more money for each one of the individual players. I don't know what happens when you have this kind of accomplishment, but I mean, I really would like to see some
Let's
major
hope it
changes come.
translates.
Yeah, I hope it translates into something because we watched the NBA, we're all watching the finals and everything else. We know what comes with winning and winning big when you're in the NBA. I want to see it happen for the WNBA.
I know I would love to see another team.
Oh, really?
I would love to
You
see
saw a Richmond team
I'd love to see a Richmond team
or Virginia team? Yeah.
or Virginia team with the WNBA. I mean, Virginia is full of talents from our high school athletes to our college athletes.
But it also could draw